Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new, welcome. Today I'm doing a full face of Milani products. So I'm super excited because a lot of them are just staples in my everyday makeup routine. I've always loved Milani products. So today, if you want to see how I come up with this look, please continue watching. And if you would consider hitting the subscribe and notification bell to be notified for all my future uploads. Okay, you guys, let's go put on some Milani makeup. Hi, you guys. I'm so glad to be back. I don't know if anyone even noticed that I had taken some time off. It wasn't long, but I just had to get my head together. This platform, or in all platforms, can really mess with your head. And I just had to take a step back and evaluate my purpose, why I'm here. I can't worry about these numbers so much. So I'm just super glad. It feels weird. It's so bizarre how much little time away really, it just coming back and even pushing that record button was very difficult. So, yeah, I'm going to get right into it. I'm super excited. Yes, a lot of these products are new. I haven't even tried, and some of them I have tried and loved. So this is going to be exciting. I have never done a full face of Milani. We're just going to get started right away. I'm going to start with my brows because I did get one of their liners, and it's their precision brown, and I got mine in espresso. I swear taking these things out of the packaging takes me at least 20 minutes. I don't know why they got to make it so difficult. So this is what the pencil looks like. There is a spoolie on one end, which is a nice long spoolie that I like. And the tip is pretty fine here, so I think this will work. Hopefully it's just the right shade. Yeah, the shade looks pretty nice. It's pretty darn close. It's a nice pencil. It does go on very smoothly. It's not waxy, which is very important to me. And it looks like when I do brush my hairs, the product isn't going with it, which is a huge plus. Uh, so that is great. I do like this pencil. Hopefully it does have good staying power. It doesn't fade throughout the day. It looks really nice. I do like the shade. It's super close. There is like almost like a little auburn in it, but it does not bother me at all. I kind of like mine on the lighter side. I used to buy jet black, and clearly I'm too old for that. And it was starting to really harshen my face. So I do like this shade. All right, brows are all done, and I do like this pencil. I really love the fine tip, so I think I'm going to keep using this, and hopefully it stays on all day. So what are your guys' favorite Milani product? I know everybody has at least one item from Milani, and I'm super interested to know what is your favorite from their line. So this is a new product to me. I actually got the palette here. This is all-inclusive palette. So inside there's a nice mirror, and there are 2 different blushes, 3 eyeshadows, a bronzer, and a highlighter. So when you need to go somewhere, and traveling comes back for us, this would be a great palette to take because it's pretty much everything that you're going to need. So I would like to swatch these eyeshadows. The top shade here looks like a peach, and it's pretty light. Yeah, that's pretty light color. There's not a lot of color payoff there. And I'm going to go to the lower shade here. And yeah, that has more deeper. And then the highlighter in the middle, or the shimmer. Oh boy, I think I grabbed too much here, so I'll go in light. So that is the shimmer. So we'll see what this looks like on the eye. Sometimes things just don't swatch as good as they apply on the lid. I am going to go in with the top shade here and just see what that does. Yeah, it does apply nicer on a brush than to swatch. And I'm just going to go in my crease here. So what have you guys been up to while I was away? I only missed one upload for the week, and which was, it was good timing. My husband's 50th birthday was this past weekend, and so it was nice. We celebrated with a few family members, and he had a nice time. So yeah, it was nice. I really do like this shade. It is like a pink peach. They do have another palette, which is deeper, and that be nice for people who are darker complected. I think that's very nice that they give you a couple different choices. Maybe they'll come out with more palettes if this one does well. I was thinking, I was watching a TikTok, you guys, and shocking, I know. And there was this guy on there from Michigan, kind of making fun of our accents, how we pronounce things. I have been asked a few times on here where I'm from because of my accent. I don't hear it, but I'm sure, obviously, we do. People are always kind of making fun of it on TikTok, and I mean, I laugh at it myself. I know there's things that we pronounce not how they should be, but I'm from Michigan, and I know our voices are very nasally, if that's a word, but they are. I'm aware of it, and we say things very different. One of the phrases that he put on there says, "Read this all out. What does it say?" And it was, "I don't know." But we don't say that. We say, "I don't know." So we kind of run things together. And I never really realized it until I saw that TikTok. Now, another little trivia about me, which puts a little challenge on things, is I'm partially deaf. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. So when I'm talking to myself, when I talk to other people, it's fine. But when I'm talking just here by myself, it becomes strange because I do wear hearing aids on both ears. This one I'm completely deaf, so it's a transmitter all the way that goes everything in this one ear. So it's like talking into a microphone all the time. So it becomes strange. So if I ever seem strange with my talking, it's probably, between the combination of Michigan and our accent and my hearing loss. I'm going to go in with this deeper shade on the bottom here. And I am just going to put this in my outer corner. Yeah, I kind of just skipped over the hearing thing. I lost my hearing around 30, I'm going to guess. I was in a car accident, and the airbag went off and just exploded. It didn't deflate slowly like it should. So that's when I noticed my hearing loss. But, who's to say that's really what it was? It could have been a coincidence. But that's when I was aware of that, because my husband would come home and be asking me, why am I blaring the TV? And I was like, I'm not. And, so I went and got my hearing checked, and yeah, as the years go by, it does get worse, which is a little scary. I would say that these shades blend pretty nice. They go on nice. They're nice and buttery. I don't feel like I'm fighting to blend these shades together. So now I'm going to try this middle shade here. It's a shimmer, and I'm going to try it with a brush first just to see, and it's a dry brush. And I'm just going to go in and see how the color payoff is. If you want a light application, this is nice. It just adds just a little bit of shimmer. Let's just see what it does with the finger. Yeah, if you want more color payoff here, definitely go in with your finger. I'm actually going to keep it pretty subtle here in the inner corner. But yeah, it's very, I actually really like that shimmer. It's like a rose gold. Yeah, I really like that. That's so pretty. Okay, so I put the palette aside, and now I am going to prime my face, and I'm going to use Milani Supercharge. I really have been enjoying this primer. It smells delicious, and it actually hydrates my skin really nice, and it does help with my makeup to stay on all day. There is a slight tackiness to it. I happen to enjoy it. I absolutely love the scent. I feel like it wakes me up. I feel like giving a little boost to my vitamin C. Okay, now I'm going to go in, and this is, I think it's a new foundation. I've seen it on TikTok. A lot of people are comparing it to the Apple foundation, but as I see more reviews on it, they're saying that the apple is better for drier skin, and this product is better for oily skin, and it's the Milani. It's their cream to powder foundation. I have swatched it, and I think it's going to be too dark for me. Shocking. And this is in the shade creamy vanilla. And so I'm a little, I'm hoping this will work for my skin because, like they said, it's better for people with oily skin, which those of you, that visit me on my channel frequently know that it's dry and oily through the T-zone. So we're gonna give it a shot. And I like going in with cream products with a sponge, and I'm gonna use my Stands Out sponge. I really do like this. You know what? Let me swatch it. Okay, it's not like the Apple foundation at all. It's, the Apple foundation, like you can kind of swipe it and a lot comes out. I had to swirl it a lot and for it to come out, but it might work. So let's just give it a try. And there is a mirror and their kind of applicator on the bottom. And I'm just going to use my sponge here. Oh boy, I hope I didn't grab too much here. No, it just, yeah, I feel like you just have to grab a lot for the product to come off, but yeah, it's not as creamy as the Apple foundation. It's more I feel like a drier consistency. Let's try it with a damp sponge, which I do have here. I'm going to swirl that in just to see the difference because this is a dry sponge. Yeah, maybe I do like it a little better with a damp sponge. Yeah, I normally do not like powder foundations. I did a video on one. It was the Infallible by L'Oreal. And at the time, I do not like it on my complexion, that product. In the summer, though, I may like it because my skin does turn more oily. Okay, now this I'm feeling like I'm having to use a lot more product than the Apple foundation. So I'm really not seeing that claim where they're dupes. Okay, I mean, it's not a bad foundation. I thought it was going to be too dark. It's actually too light and yellow. But I will say I felt like I just had to use a lot of product. Maybe getting through that first layer, it will start getting easier to get out. I just feel like this is a lot of work. I feel like I'm having to really blend this in or push this into my skin. Otherwise, I feel like it just kind of sitting on it. Looks a little strange right around here, but I do have a lot of dry spots there. That's where my glasses sit, and it tends to just dry out there for some reason. And through here, like I noticed, like in these little fine lines here, it started to settle already, and I haven't even had it on that long, and it is still, tacky. It hasn't dried down to a powder finish yet. Let's just wait a few minutes and see. Maybe it'll just dry down and look really nice. All right, let's move on. I'm also going to use the supercharged under eye corrector, and I have mine in peach. I'm just going to put that where I do have some dark discoloration here in the corners on my eye. I love this stuff. It's so creamy and really helps with any concealer that's super dry, which is nice. Actually, it works with any concealer that I've tried, so I've been really enjoying this. And as you can see, just a little bit kind of brightened the eye and took away a lot of that darkness or that dark shadow that I have, especially on that eye. And I did pick up their concealer. I have never tried their concealer, which I'm a little surprised because back before I even started my channel, probably about 3 years, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, I used to use their foundation all the time. That was the only foundation I used. Now, as I've gotten older, that foundation doesn't work on me. It's super full coverage, super thick for me. So I haven't used it, but you would think that I would have picked up the concealer to go with it at that time, and I didn't. But it's their Conceal and Perfect, and I got mine in light vanilla. and hopefully this shade will work. I hope this isn't too deep. I'm just going to take a sponge and I do spray it with some setting spray. I just feel like that does help blend the product around and does help set it. You do get a decent amount of coverage with this, but I definitely would need to set this. So I am going to set it with my number 7, my favorite powder for under my eyes. And I'm just going to put a light application. Yeah, it worked really nice with the powder. It didn't, start looking cakey. So yeah, that's a nice concealer. I shouldn't be that surprised though. I know a lot of people love this concealer, so I just don't understand why I haven't bought it. Okay, let's go back into this palette. I'm going to try this bronzer here. Hopefully the shade, hopefully the shade will work for me. Not too orange. No, I think this is going to work just fine. It does blend out pretty nice. Yeah, the shade on here isn't too bad. It might be just a little bit too orange that I'm used to, but it's, once I blend it out with the sponge, it's starting to look, more natural. Yeah, no, that actually works really well with my skin type. Okay, so I did purchase also their cream blush, and this is in Nude Kiss. And let's just swatch that. It's super creamy. And, oh yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's nice. And I still going to use the shadows that it came with. I just want to try their products. And I layer cream with the powder blush anyway. I'm going in with my Real Techniques favorite brush for cream products. And I'm just going to go in. Oh, that's pretty. And I always tap the back of my hand, you guys, because we just don't know how much is really on that brush. And if you go in, the good thing though with cream blush is that you can always fix it with your sponge if you think that you've applied too much. And it's super pretty. I really do like that a lot. All right, so let's try the blushes that came in this palette. And I think I'm going to use both. I'm going to go in with this shade first. And I'm just going to use my little stippling brush here. Love this brush for blush because I just feel like I have more control of how much product is applied. And I'm basically just putting it right here. And it looks just a little bit too much, so I'm going to go into my sponge, just calm it down. Okay, I'm just going to wipe off my brush a little bit, and I'm going to go in with this more, and it's a shimmer shade up here, more like a high or a topper. And I'm just going to put it just a little bit over the top of that, more like towards the apples of my cheek. Oh, that's super pretty if you guys can see that. Wow, that's nice. Oh, I like that. I mean, you really don't even need a highlighter at this point, but we're still going to use one. Oh, wow, that's pretty. I really like that. I am just going to calm it down just a touch. Let's go in with this highlighter, and it is a gold shade here. So you guys can see. Yeah, it's more like a gold highlighter, so hopefully this won't be too much. I'm just going to put a little bit, and hopefully it's not too glittery. And I'm going to just put a little bit over in this corner, since I already have all that highlighter here. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's pretty. I think it's almost even, with these shades, I think it's a little bit too gold. But would be nice is you can even use it, on your eyelid as a shadow, extra little bling, which I'm going to do. Yeah, see how it changed that just a little bit. So yeah, when I made my purchase, I believe I got this for free. It's their matte eyeliner, 16-hour wear. and it's in black, and I normally do not use these type applicators for my eyeliner, but you know, we got to get out of our comfort zone every now and then, so I'm going to give it a whirl. Oh boy, we messed up here. It comes out real heavy. Whew. Yeah, you gotta be careful with this one. But it's not like the typical, you know, like that brush. It's more like a felt tip. It's hard to explain, but yeah, there was way too much product when I went in with the one eye. So it's better when there's less product. I will say it's easier to apply with this, you know, without having to pull your eye like I normally do. So I will say that. And it does dry down super matte. So a lot of people would really like this. Got a little bit more here just to see if you can kind of build it. And this time I did, you know, do that just to take some of this product off. This is easier to work with than I thought it was going to be. And it does a wing very nice and easy. So, I like this. I'm hoping it stays on because it was super easy to work with. Just when you first get it, make sure you do wipe those edges because as you can see, it went on way too thick on this one, and this one it looks almost perfect. So yeah, lesson learned. All right, I'm going to go back into the palette and use this deeper shade here. All right, so I've had this for a while. It's their Stay Put eyeliner, a little smudger on the opposite end, and it is a retractable eyeliner. So I'm just going to add a little bit here on the outer corner, just to deepen that up and kind of move that towards that wing I created. I'm going to smudge this side out a little bit. And I am going to go in with this shade just a little bit and go beneath all of that. Okay, so I did buy a little tester of the mascara because I have so many mascaras. But this is the Milani new highly rated 10-in-1 mascara. Their claims are it builds, lifts, extreme volume, even saturation, defines, protects conditions, no smudging, no flaking, no clumping. And 94% saw doubled lash thickness, 91% saw dramatic volume in one stroke, and 91% saw instant curl and lift to the lashes. So this is the mini size, but the full size also looks like this packaging. And let's see what kind of wand there is. So it is a brush type. It's not the plastic. It's a, you know, the old-fashioned brush, and it's pretty thick. Okay, I'm still going to curl my lashes. Okay, and before I apply my mascara, I am going to go in with the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. It's almost gone, so I have used this a lot in the past. Now, the reason why I chose the Make It Dewy is because I really thought that that foundation was going to dry down to a really matte powder finish, but it did not. So hopefully this will stay on okay. All right, so back to the mascara. And again, sometimes mascaras are finicky out of the gate. They, you know, work better in time. But the brush is nice. It does seem to be separating them nicely. Okay, that's with one coat. Yeah, it definitely, especially on the second coat, it definitely does give me volume and length. So it is a nice mascara. I do like the wand on it. I'm finding that my lashes are not sticking together as much like some of my mascaras I use, so that's always a plus. So this is it with 2 coats, and I may go in with a third, let them dry down a little bit. I'm gonna try some new lip products I purchased from them. I got a lip liner. This is in the shade Nude Entrance. So it looks like this, and it's a retractable lip liner. So let's see what this looks like. But I do like the shade a lot, and it was easy to put on. I got lipstick from them, and this is called I Am Pretty. And this is the shade here. So hopefully these two go together. Oh yeah. There's a little scent to it. I don't know. Yeah, I can't put my finger on what the scent is, but not bad. It's a nice scent. All right, so let's go in. I'm going to do one more coat of mascara. Okay, so that's 3 coats of mascara, and I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts on all the products. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look. I really actually like how it turned out. So let's go through all the products, and let's start with this palette. I was a little worried at first, like I didn't think I was going to like it, and after everything came together, I actually really like it. It's super convenient. The eye look turned out better than I thought. It's so funny what mascara, a little eyeliner would do. It would change the whole look. So I actually really like this palette. I like how the bronzer looks. I love the shadows. The highlighter, I'm a little, it's okay. I think I wish they would have chose a more champagne color to go with this story. Other than that, I mean, it's beautiful. I knew I loved this Supercharged. I've been using it, as you can see. I wonder if you can even tell, but it's almost gone. I've used it quite often, and also they're supercharged for under the eyes. So these ones I knew I loved. Now this foundation, I'm just not sure. I was surprised I had to set it with powder because, you know, they say it's for oily skin. So I'm confused. See, this is where things get crazy with foundations and skin types, and I thought it was going to be a lot more drying. So maybe I have too much dewy products with it, because around my nose it looks a little cakey and like it's going to be a problem, you know. So I will keep you guys posted. As always, I put everything in the description box below. But everywhere else, I actually really like this, and was shocked that the color was actually a little light for me. But honestly, it's not bad. Is it one of my favorites? No. Because I can tell it's already settled in this line here. It settled a little bit here. It clung to my dry spots. So no, it's not one of my favorites, but it's not one of the worst ones I've ever tried either. I love this blush. I've been loving putty blushes or cream blushes a lot lately, and I love my e.l.f., but this one's super nice too. And I really just love the shade. I love the packaging. You get quite a bit of product in here. So these are super nice. I really enjoyed these. The concealer's nice. I think it had a nice coverage. It did settle a little bit in my fine line here already. So again, is it one of my favorites? No. Is it something I would wear again? Yes. So yeah, again, I like the coverage. I just feel with my fine line, I probably have more than most of the influencers that use this have. And so it did settle in my line. Not the worst, not the best. This I was super pleasantly surprised with. I actually really like this, and I will be using this quite often. It dries down super matte. I'll let you know if it held on for 16 hours. Really like that. The mascara is nice. I mean, it's a nice mascara. Do I have others that perform similar? Yes. So again, out of the gate with mascaras, I'm always not, blown away. Maybe in a couple days, I will get back to you guys, or just get the full size. If I get the full size, I really liked it. So, but it's a nice mascara, I will say that. And I'll let you guys know if it clumps, smeared, or any of that in the description box. I love this lip liner. You could probably just wear it alone, and this shade is super pretty. It's nice and creamy. I feel like it's going to stay in place for a while. Okay, you guys, thanks so much for being here. I'm so glad to be back, and I will be posting 1 to 2 times a week. And if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. All right, you guys, until next time.